I've observed FNGR for long enough to know that he loves drama, so there's a high possibility of him responding to this commentary for it. Not saying he will, though. After all, he is part of the Brony analysis community, the same community that wouldn't care about people like me. But that's the question, isn't it? Will he put his integrity over drama, or will he put drama over his integrity? Well guys, I am sad to announce that he did both. Yep, turns out he found a middle ground where he could have both drama and his integrity, and it was such an obvious loophole too. I honestly should have thought about it while scripting the original video. What FNGR actually ended up doing was getting this Fanon Frenzy person to respond. Who the fuck is this? Oh wait, is that one of FNGR's many side accounts? Nah, couldn't be. If that's the case, then sooner or later I may have to do a commentary on Rockamoo, or Nickelback, or Neckwork, or Dreamcatcher, or Waterfox, or Kit Kat. This list just goes on and on. Also, what's this description here? Dear fans, friends, and critics, this is aimed at you guys. Well shit, I guess this video isn't for me. I'll still talk about it.
Again, I'm wasting my time because, like I've said, there are 2 videos reprimanding YouTube Dude for his behavior. And it's not as if he's gonna change. Some of you might be asking, well, what about his points? Let someone else make them. If Gwis had made these points, there'd be an open discussion. At least, I'd offer it. If Boonslayer had made some valid points about myself, I would have an open discussion with the man. Had Manga Common made some valid points, I would have roasted the fuck out of him, and then privately we would have sat down, kicked the can back and forth, and open discussion. I have no interest to talk to YouTube Dude.
Says the guy that ended up going on a Twitter flame war with me because he just heard from Manga Common that I was gonna make a video on him and tried to roast me. But you have no interest in talking to me, right? This Twitter conversation was great, by the way. FNGR tries roasting me by saying my senpai Doodle has mad plushie as the first result. I asked for what he searched up and he spelled doodle tones wrong. For the record, this is what you get when you spell doodle tones right. I sarcastically told him, FNGR, you don't know how algorithms work, and I stand by that. If you spell something wrong, you get the most relevant results under that variation. FNGR took my sarcasm as, you're plain dumb. I told him that part was just a joke. He kept misinterpreting me, and then he brought up this. Oh, if the alt-CC does it, then it's a problem. You guys probably don't know what the alt-CC is. All you have to know is that it was a problem for them because their joke didn't actually lead to an argument while a rebuttal was expected from them. My joke did. Did I mention this was a conversation where he was talking to me? However, the highlight of this Twitter chain was what he said at the very end. Commentaries are meant to help people. I can respond to you in good faith of that, whereas you will not. Well, I think I gave a good amount of criticisms in my video. Don't blackmail people, stop being lazy with your roasts, provide recent evidence of a claim, and actually represent the community you're defending. That's what I followed up with, but then you follow your Twitter post up with.
I have no interest in hearing his insights. In fact, if someone else took everything he said and put some visuals that a 2-year-old couldn't draw, with a real voice, word for word, I might listen. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Outright saying that you refuse to listen to my insights. So much for that response, am I right? Hang on, what's this? I may yet to a response to YouTube Dude? So, you're still considering it even after I have no interest in hearing his insights. You realize that you're going to have to listen to my insights in order to make a response to my video, right?
Here is YouTube Dude and what he sounds like.
Finally, I was mentioned in an alt-CC video. Lol, okay, first things first.
Here is what he looks like. If you're not familiar with YouTube Dude or the commentary community, you're going to assume I drew this. That I, in fact, am putting you on. That this is me trying to make fun of YouTube Dude's original character. No, this is really it.
Let me explain why this complaint does nothing here. I hear from people all the time that my voice and avatar are just awful. I also hear from people all the time that my voice and avatar are very pleasing. The main point of your video is saying, YouTube Dude's fans deserve better content than he provides. Which, I agree, my content is just fucking awful. My fans could be watching something so much better. Like Watch Mojo. Top 10 worst YouTube accounts that have drunk stick figures, anyone? But if you're going to convince my audience on how bad my content really is, maybe it's best for you to not bring up something a majority of them like regardless of what other people say about it.
This is Doodle Tones. She is a highfalutin pillar of the commentary community. She is YouTube Dude's senpai.
Actually, my senpai is MacBoy Redux, get it right?
She talked him into taking his channel down originally, and let him have it back later. In essence, Doodle cuckolded YouTube Dude out of his channel, and then let him have it back. This happened. This is a fact.
Oh shit, it's a fact! Golly gee whiz on my pants, I did not know that this was a fact. I must be a dumbass to think something different like this. What happened was that the students at my school found out about my YouTube account and immediately traced it to me, even when I told them absolutely nothing about it. Why was this scary for me? Well, because I've been bullied the past year. A lot. And it's not the fact that people tease me and don't take me seriously and do everything in their power to make me going to school a miserable hell. It's the fact that they've been posting shit about me somewhere on Snapchat about how I'm gonna shoot up a school, or other rumors that are really embarrassing and not true. I don't even have a Snapchat, and they were gossiping about me apparently. Fuck that. Doodle cuckolded me out of my YouTube account. You hear that, guys? FNGR said it was a fact. But you know what? Let's humor you. Let's say my fucking word isn't good enough and you want proof. Give me a second. Nice proof. And where's proof of your claim being fact? Don't answer. I know you don't have any because it didn't happen. The most proof you have is the fact that I was planning to do a commentary on Doodle Tones 2 days before my channel shut down, and there's a famous saying to counter that flimsy basis. Correlation does not equal causation.
It's why YouTube Dude's channel has an archive channel for his old work. YouTube Dude is not his own man. In fact, we should call him YouTube Boy. Now, I'm a grown man, and I chose to come along for Doodle's fuckery during the Mr. Medicare situation. For the same reason I do everything. For no good reason.
Aw, let's give FNGR a round of applause. Good job, FNGR. You are your own fucking man. All credit goes to Vita for context of what I'm about to show here. So if you're your own man, FNGR, then explain to me how you pussied out and offered a free drink the moment Vita accepted your challenge of trolling you face to face, and his collection of evidence, including the picture he took with you, ended up proving the legitimacy of his claim. Concepts FNGR will never understand. Be glad you took that picture, Vita. I'm gonna dumb this down for you, FNGR. If I'm a boy, then you're a sperm cell. You are a coward! A true man is not estimated by his obstacles, but rather how he overcomes them. Staying above the bullies I had in school proved to be a challenge, but 4 months later and I ended up bringing back my YouTube account while I was still in school, and while they still had the opportunity to tease me about it, which they definitely took, but I'm still here. If you told the truth, you'd know that you'd have no shit on me regarding that certain situation. Now let's look at you. A long-term friend you had ends up removing you randomly. Your solution? Let's blackmail him. What makes this worse is that when I said I disagreed with Ryan's reasoning to that in my last commentary, that came from a misinterpretation on my part, and Ryan's actual reasoning, that being he started feeling like you weren't a friend after thinking about it for a while, ended up being logical with you proving him correct. You really want to lecture other people about your maturity when your interpretation of it boils down to doing shit for no good reason. You really want to lecture other people about your maturity when you've actively tried defaming me off of baseless accusations. Yeah, fuck off.
If you're waiting for a logical, well-thought-out argument, let me grab YouTube Dude versus the World.
You just have one of your members plan an unorganized 3-hour live stream, only for them to claim it was basically an alt-CC stream.
Yo, FNGR. Wrong video.
It's already been done.
Oh. It's funny, YouTube Dude was complaining about assumptions and then you guys comment on that video assuming we had a motive to posting it.
This video wasn't even directed towards me. It was directed towards other people the alt-CC got backlash from. Most of the stuff they brought up were towards stuff I didn't even say.
In fact, it's been done more than once.
Finally, a decent example.
A warning to the Neo-CC about Mr. Dapperton.
Now on the opposite side we have YouTube Dude with this comment he left on Doodletone's new video.
That didn't last long. So remember when I said earlier that the alt make jokes in place of rebuttals? Well, here's an example right now. FNGR, I am trying to save the alt-CC for a special occasion and you're making it really hard for me to not go on a tirade right now. And about all your examples, At least with people like Nihilistic Snake, he actually brought up sources that would be considered examples. Bad examples, but examples. You can barely do that correctly. Then again, what do I expect from someone who relies on other videos rather than making arguments themselves?
And if Doodle's response is, FNGR is a voicist, why yes I am. That's not a joke. If your words come off like Gandhi and you sound like Randy Newman, I'm not listening.
Rhinos, they scare little boys. Assassinating parents don't bring them much joy. That's Randy.
But to quote someone more respected than I mean, it's almost like the commentary community is like AAA gaming. I'll be over here waiting for them to get patched for better visuals and better audio. Mwah!
First off, you really think Doodle gives enough of a shit to respond to this fuckfest? Cause as a friend of hers who didn't get cuckolded out of his YouTube account, I can say she doesn't. Second off, do you want to know the actual difference between you and me? Cause it sure as hell has nothing to do with maturity. Looking back at the video I commentated on, your editing was shit as pictures came into frame at random and your awful English was a pain to listen to without getting rid of more than 3 brain cells. But guess what? I still gave your points the time of day. I still listened to what you had to say. I decided to take a look at the comment section of this video you made, and while most of it was people with broken English like you, people flattered, counter-arguments, and drama beggars, there's one comment that stood out to me from the conundrum who said I have little respect for counterpoints and used an instance of me saying "suck my dick internet" as an example. I may have had little respect for people, but if I had little respect for the counterpoints, I would have dismissed them automatically without giving a rebuttal. I don't do that. You do, FNGR. Yet it doesn't end here.
This is Jorm. His voice sounds like angelic wings dancing along the air. He has a fine, robust, posh British accent that doesn't so much as flow as it makes love to the air around it.
Counter rant that started off with, I used to be a fan of yours. If you were an actual fan, a simple video that you didn't like wouldn't be the end of you watching me.
I think that was absolutely correct. People like Doodle like to make videos for the smallest, the tiniest of reasons. I think this whole drama was a perfect example of things being blown way out of proportion. And, you know, I want to apologize, because I did get a bit angry during this video. It's just that if you're going to get on someone's ass for insulting you, don't do the same to them. That's just violating your principles, and it won't reflect all that well on you. I'm not saying you're entirely wrong just because of that, but, you know, it's just something to keep in mind if you want to beat these people at their own game. They absolutely are hypocrites, and they always cite that it doesn't make you wrong, as long as your overall premise is correct. I think in the instance of Doodle saying that ad hominems don't debunk an argument, I think she is a hypocrite when she hurls insults at her target. And there have been instances, you know, where she's done this. And honestly, in that instance, it does make her wrong.
Yormy the Normie, we meet again. I see you still have no idea what an ad hominem or attack is. I also see that you still think being a hypocrite makes someone wrong. For fuck's sake, you can't just say practice what you preach. But you don't care about all of that, do you? Yet, I respect you for doing such. As much of a normie as Jormy really is, I can at least say he wanted to shrug my commentary on him off, and he did. No complicated bullshit thrown in there. He thought, he left, that's it. At least with people like Illinois Guy 34, he said that he wasn't going to watch my commentary and he stuck to that. As much as I'll disagree with them, I can at least say that they are men of their own words. With people like Icy Hazard, if she had just not cared, agreed, or disagreed and made a response towards their points, then there would be no drama, but most there'd be is more commentaries on her. But instead, Icy went the extra mile and decided to be disingenuous. She says she loves edgy insults, but oh wait, she bitched about people throwing edgy insults at her. She said she blundered, but she doesn't want people talking about her blundering because the haters can't move on, while at the same time not demonstrating how she blundered. All Doodle did was make a quad op on her. Commentators do quad ops, and every commentator does a video on someone. What fucking drama did Doodle blow out of proportion? Now, Icy's admitted that she was in the wrong, but most importantly, she's starting to follow her own words. So just in case people have a bad view on her, know that she's grown from her mistakes. That said, keep this in mind come final thoughts.
Jorm has 100 subscribers. YouTube Dude sounds like a nasally, prepubescent schoolboy. What do you say to an audience that prefers this?
Relying on that stereotype to degrade me. Tell me, FNGR, are you stuck with juvenile insults? This roast was as offensive as it was clever. Speaking of unintelligent, this point. What I got out of this was, because I have more subscribers than Jorm, people prefer me over him, which is an absolute bullshit line of thought. Subscriber count is based off of many factors, including branding, the diversity of your uploads, and if you're lucky, a fluke viral video. Even if Jorm had about the same amount of subscribers and views as I, and most of his audience also watched my stuff, that still won't automatically mean they prefer him over me. Hell, considering the purpose of this video, I question what he'd prove if this situation was flipped the other way around. I know a lot of my audience also watches Ponder Sprocket, and some of them may prefer her over me, but that still doesn't mean they don't like my content. You're pretty much backing my audience into a non-existent corner.
If you're in the audience right now and you're shaking your head at me, well, FNGR, you just hate YouTube, dude. And you're boys with Jorm. Alright, fair enough. Let's do another example. This is Gwis.
This really gets me because this is borderline insidious on two accounts. One, it looks like you're trying to prime your audience to tilt away from the thing you're trying to, and I say this with heavy air quotes, fairly evaluate.
Wow, I don't even need to make points anymore. Gwis is doing the job for me. Why not listen to what he just said and apply it towards yourself, FNGR? Maybe then you'll listen.
My community, which I help police, with my series, How Not to Brony, is done from somewhere between weekly and a bi-weekly run. Because of me, my community has been able to distance itself from people like, say, AJ the Autistic Pony, Keyblade Pony, the Looney Turtle, Anime Wolf Gamer, who's basically YouTube Dube's social counterpart. Here, let's grab a clip and play them side by side.
Ugh, this thing is so itchy, but it does make me look sexy. I kind of wonder if Miles is into this kind of stuff.
Jorm. Similar sounding voices equals social counterpart apparently. Oh, and aren't you guys digging FNGR's moral high ground? I policed my community. I am my own man. I shall stroke my pedo mustache. What FNGR fails to realize is that by doing what he's doing, he is stunting the growth of his own community. What makes an online community appealing to so many people in the first place is engaging and interacting with other people. People want to be involved with something bigger than them. However, when you start putting people on the sidelines because they're not good enough, and when your community has strong vibes of elitism, that drives people away. And that's what you're giving off. Basically, you're no content cop. Content cop laughs at you.
Who is this cute little lesbian, and how tight is her pussy?
Going back to, say, Foxwell, in the analyst community, we have put a healthy distance between himself and ours. Whereas in the CC, he was allowed to have some level of influence. What happened when you guys allowed him to have some influence? He bit you in the ass. Like, I literally can't go to a commentary channel without YouTube telling me Foxwell is subbed there. And the first channel he gets to trade up to, the very first chance, like I'm not saying he attached himself to Sargon of Akkad or Armored Skeptic or some bigwig. He attached himself to Dapperton's crazy ass.
And in this comment, he doesn't agree with him, he doesn't disagree with him, he doesn't even say he wants anything to do with him, he just said that he was shocked someone outside of a slideshow CC addressed us. That's it. I didn't think this video could get any more pathetic and depressing, but it did. I might as well move into final thoughts before we go deeper down the rabbit hole. So what happens when you take Icy Hazard, but make her more malicious, more hellbound to defame someone, and more oblivious? You get half the amount of suck displayed by FNGR here. FNGR, I gave you two options and you somehow managed to fuck yourself both ways. Now you have no integrity because most of this video was still focused around me and giving so much of a shit about my success. However, you let yourself have no drama either because you didn't directly call me out. You wanted the best of both worlds and you got the worst instead. And I feel bad, which is why I'm giving you another chance. I'll be merciful, which is why I say, if you want to make a response to me, fucking make a response to me. Don't half-ass it like you did here because your ego got the better of you. Oh, Basic Stickman? Nice nickname. Here, let me return the favor. How does Delusional Brony sound?